Nice to see you all here. I don't know if you can hear it, but you're getting some extra blessings from all the nuns doing chanting in the background here at Kopan's Nunnery. There's quite a bit of recitation going on right now of the Heart of Perfection Wisdom Sutra and 21 Tara praises. So that's a lovely undercurrent of blessings happening. So as usual, I have put some information in the chat for everyone. There are the mantras that we're going to use, and there's just been an announcement from FPMT about some additional support for the practice of the method to transform suffering into happiness and enlightenment, which is where I'm getting these mantras from, and is a compilation of amazing practices that Lama Zopa Rinpoche suggests that all of his students do. And so that practice is in the materials on your website. And then there's this link to an actual oral transmission of all of the mantras in the practice, as well as lots of other support materials. So if you want to find out more about that, that link is there for you. So let's go ahead and do our mantras. And if you have your mala, we're going to bless our malas. But if you don't have one, that's okay. I'll be keeping count of the mantras that we do today, so don't worry. Om RUTSIRA Mani Prawartaya Hum. 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 Then you blow on your mala and rub it between your hands. And now we've just multiplied our blessings when we use the mala by 1 sextillion times. So it's a great way to earn easy merit. And then we can further increase the power of recitation by saying this next mantra just 7 times. So TAYATHA Om DHARE DHARE BENDHARE SVAHA. 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 All right, now we're off to a great start. So then to prepare for our meditation, we need to just settle our minds a bit to stop the busyness from your long day. If you are in the evening time zone. And so just first make sure that you're in a really good meditation posture, making sure that your back is straight. But it shouldn't be very rigid. It shouldn't take a lot of force to keep your back straight. If it does, then you're maybe not in the right position. So you should adjust your cushions or your chair. And then especially make sure that your shoulders and your neck are relaxed. Anywhere that you might personally hold tension, make sure that those areas, you start to consciously be aware that you hold tension there. Maybe it's in your jaw, somewhere in your face. Maybe you clench your fists. There are many places we might hold tension. So just notice if you're doing that. And have the thought just to try and relax those areas. And as we're turning inwards, then you can start noticing the sensations of your body. It might feel a little bit cool, a little bit warm. There are places where your body connects to the floor or to a cushion or your chair. There's sensation there. There might be other sensations inside your body. You might be aware of your heart beating. You might have some tingling in places, little shooting sensations, whatever they are, just be aware that's what's happening, that this is part of what it means to be human. And now we're really grounding ourselves in the present moment. And so let's take 3 nice deep breaths to help us relax. And this effort that we put into setting up our posture is simply so that we can then forget about the body as we turn to the meditation itself. So we just need to be stable and relaxed. And then we want to check our motivation. We maybe set it at the beginning of the day, but haven't stayed mindful of it. Or we might remember to check in every once in a while, but still haven't really held it consistently. So it's always good to refresh it before you do any practice. And that is, may all the actions of my body, speech, and mind only benefit others. Really trying to get that to be something more than just words. That we're doing this practice in order to benefit all sentient beings. This altruistic wish. And so start thinking about your day and anything that you might have done that could have harmed others or yourself. You can focus on the 3 doors of your body, your speech, and your mind. And the reason we look at these is because we want to purify them. So it's a very empowering reason to look at our mistakes, rather than something we should be ashamed of and hide or ignore. We're now going to do something really positive when we recognize them, which is use them as the basis of our practice in order to transform ourselves, to have a more positive mind and more positive actions. Enhance the positive qualities that we all have. And so just try and be really honest with yourself. Without any judgment. Just, oh, yeah, I did make that mistake today. And there may be some mistakes that you've made prior to today that you remember. There may be some things from even years ago that you're still holding on to. They still come up sometimes and cause you to have an unhappy mind. And so bring those to mind as well. And then we also need a general wish that any of the negative actions that we've done that we don't remember, our memory is probably not very good. And so we've forgotten many things that we've done. And not just in this life, but in past lives as well, countless past lives, really. So we want to have a general wish to purify any negative harm that we have done through our body, speech, and mind to ourselves and other sentient beings. And then we rely on this practice of Vajrasattva. And specifically, we turn to the expert who has completed the path, who has developed perfect wisdom and compassion, the Guru Buddha Vajrasattva. We're relying on this perfect example to help us. And so visualize above the crown of your head on the lotus, beautiful white lotus, Guru Vajrasattva, who has a lovely white light body, holding Vajra and bell. If you have the visualize with consort, but if you don't, then as the solitary figure. The smiling, loving face. And if you're having trouble with the visualization, the image of Vajrasattva is on your screen. You can use that to help refresh it. And you can just focus on getting that feeling of white light, this body of Guru Vajrasattva just being there. Even that is a great start. And we say the prayer of refuge 3 times, which is also on your screen. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. And really our happiness, dependent happiness of all sentient beings. When we're experiencing harm from others, it is because they are ruled by their delusions, their negative states of mind. And we've created this past karma by harming them. And we're just experiencing the results of that karma we've created. And we're all in the same boat. Every single sentient being is experiencing suffering of body and mind. And through negative actions and ignorance, are harming others, creating the causes for experiencing more suffering and creating this vicious circle we call samsara. So we should have a tremendous compassion, this wish to help them to get out of this cycle. And so we think, I must purify for their sake. I have to stop doing these actions of harming myself and others so that I can stop the cycle and help others stop it as well. And so we turn Vajrasattva, brings down blissful white nectar, which enters the crown of our head and begins to purify all of our negative past actions of body, which in the form of a black inky liquid exits out of our lower orifices and just completely dissipates as if it was never there. As we say the mantra 7 times. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshayo Mebawa Suposhayo Mebawa Anuratu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kururhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshayo Mebawa Suposhayo Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kururhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Tata Gatsa Vajrabaha Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Sutoshawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kururhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshayo Mebawa Suposhayo Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kururhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshayo Mebawa Suposhayo Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kururhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshayo Mebawa Suposhayo Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kururhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshayo Mebawa Suposhayo Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kururhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. And how wonderful it is that now all the actions of my body, speech, and mind, of my body, are completely purified. So feel really wonderful that that has happened. And so next we purify our karma of speech. And again, Guru Vajrasattva sends down white nectar rays, which enters the crown of our heads, fills our body with blissful nectar, this time starting from the bottom up, pushing up the black inky liquid, which comes out the top, and again just dissipates. As we say the mantra 7 times. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshayo Mebawa Suposhayo Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kururhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshayo Mebawa Suposhayo Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kururhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshayo Mebawa Suposhayo Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kururhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dido Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Membaryatsa Sarvakrama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatada Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurati Bawa Sarvasiddhi Membrayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sita Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Membrayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Patita Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Membrayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. And now we can rejoice that all the past negative karma of our speech completely purified. And then we purify any negative actions of our mind, any critical, harsh, judgmental thoughts, our ignorance, our self-cherishing I that thinks I am more important than all others. Vajrasattva very compassionately sends down powerful light ray, which enters the crown of our heads. And just like switching on the light in a room, immediately lights up our entire body, purifying all these negative thoughts we've had. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Membrayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Membrayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Membrayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Membrayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Membrayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Membrayatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Mevawa Sutashaya Mevawa Supushaya Mevawa Anurakti Mevawa Sarvasiti Memberyatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kurahum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata SVAHA Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe. Wonderful it is now. We're completely purified. And then by any of the imprints that might still be within our consciousness of any of these negative actions. Just like after we flush the toilet, the smell of the poop may still be in the air. We're going to get rid of even that link. Vajrasattva sends down light rays, again, completely illuminating our body. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Didam Mevawa Sutashaya Mevawa Supushaya Mevawa Anurakti Mevawa Sarvasiti Memprayatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kurahum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Safa Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Supushaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiti Memprayatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kurahum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Safa Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Supushaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiti Memprayatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kurahum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Safa Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Supushaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiti Memprayatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kurahum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Safa Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Supushaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiti Memprayatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kurahum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Safa Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Supushaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiti Memprayatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kurahum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Safa Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Supushaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiti Memprayatsa Sarvakama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kurahum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Safa Ahum Pe. And now even the most subtle imprints completely purified. How amazing. And so for the fourth of the four opponent powers, the power of resolve, it's very important that we set our goals, that we try not to repeat any of our non-virtuous actions. If we have vows, we want to make sure that we restore and keep those vows. If there are any specific habits you are working on, then set very specific goals not to repeat those habits. Like for the next 10 seconds after we finish the practice, 5 minutes till you wake up, or then till the next time you do the practice in 3-4 days, 1 day, a week, whatever it is. Be very specific And then you can rejoice if you keep that resolve. And if you don't, then just do purification practice again. And this is the process. It's all a process of changing our habits. And Guru Vajrasattva is so delighted with us. He wants to merge with your mind. He melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown. And you think, my body, speech, and mind is one with the Guru's body, speech, and mind, which is one with Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind. What's called union oneness. And we meditate on the emptiness of the three circles, that in emptiness there is no I, creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. All phenomena are empty of inherent existence, not existing the way that we perceive them while still functioning. And the self does not exist inherently, just exists as merely labeled. And then we finish the practice with a dedication, thinking, may all the virtuous karmas I have created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. So really dedicating this positive merit that we've created, that it help us on this path to enlightenment. So that we can have the tools, the perfect wisdom and compassion of our Guru, of Vajrasattva, in order to be of benefit to all sentient beings. And we can recite these three dedication verses together. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may bodhicitta, from which the happiness of all sentient beings comes, be generated in the minds of self and other sentient beings without delay, even for 1 second, and that which has been generated, may it increase. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may emptiness be generated in the minds of self and other sentient beings without delay, even for 1 second, and that which has been generated, may it increase. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may I, who am empty from my own side, achieve Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's enlightenment, which is empty from its own side, and lead all sentient beings who are empty from their enlightenment, which is empty from its own side, as quickly as possible by myself alone. And we also dedicate for the long lives of our precious teachers, of our gurus. May they stay and guide us, and may we stay close to them through all of our lifetimes until all sentient beings are enlightened. So thank you for coming together and doing this practice as a community. Definitely makes it more powerful to do it as a group. So I rejoice that we've collectively done something very positive with the past hour.
Thank you